Understand?
Is this how you threaten everyone?
Is that how you kill everyone just to have your way? We both kill for a living? What the hell was that, Minho? They both barge into the penthouse, and the second the door slams behind them, Nala whirls on him. Minho's jaw clenches. His blue hair is still wild from the confrontation, his white t-shirt wrinkled, his bare chest heaving with barely controlled emotion. "I was protecting you," he says through gritted teeth. "Protecting me." Nala's voice rises to a scream. "By threatening to kill someone? By admitting you're both murderers? That's protecting me? That's insane." "He was getting too close," Minho roars back, his control finally snapping. "Trying to turn you against me, what was I supposed to do? Just smile and let it happen? Let me make my own choices," Nala screams, and tears starting to stream down her dark face. "Stop threatening every soul that comes my way. Stop acting like you own me. Stop controlling every aspect of my life." Minho takes a step closer, his voice dropping to something dangerous. "You are under my roof. You are my wife. As long as those two things are true, you are my business, Nala." "I didn't ask to be under your roof," Nala fires back, her voice breaking. "I didn't ask to be your wife. I was desperate. You were going to kill my father. I had no choice but to come here and sell myself to you." The words hang in the air between them. Minho's face hardens. He steps even closer until they're inches apart. His pale skin contrasts sharply with her dark skin in the dim penthouse lighting. "And I didn't ask you to come serve yourself to me on a silver platter either," he says coldly. "But you did. So here we are." The words hit Nala like a physical slap. She staggers back, more tears falling, her hands coming up as if to ward off the pain of his words. "You," her voice is barely a whisper. "You keep throwing that night in my face. Every time we fight, every time I do something you don't like, every time I dare to have a thought of my own, you remind me that I sold myself, that I'm here because I was desperate, that I'm bought and paid for." Her voice breaks completely. "Like I need the reminder. Like I don't already know what I did. Like I don't wake up every morning and remember that I'm nothing but a transaction to you." She turns away, heading toward her bedroom, toward anywhere that isn't near him. But before she can take 3 steps, Minho's hand shoots out and grabs her wrist. He pulls her back around, hard. She crashes into his bare chest with a gasp. His other hand comes up to grip her arm, holding her in place. His intense monolid eyes bore into her large brown eyes. "I'm jealous," he says through clenched teeth. Nala stares at him, shocked. "What?" "I'm jealous," Minho repeats, louder, his grip tightening on her arms. "Is that what you want to hear? That I'm losing my fucking mind watching you. With him. That seeing you smile at Jihoon? That soft, genuine smile. It makes me want to put my fist through a wall." His blue hair falls forward over his eyes as he leans closer to her face. "That watching him open doors for you and pull out chairs for you and take you to simple restaurants where you actually look happy makes me want to burn the entire world down. That seeing you almost smile with him, something I haven't been able to make you do in weeks, destroys me." His pale hands are gripping her dark arms so tightly she can feel each finger. "I'm jealous," he says, his voice dropping to something raw and broken. "I'm so jealous I can barely see straight. I'm so jealous I threatened a man I've known for years. I'm so jealous I'm saying things I shouldn't say and doing things I shouldn't do. Is that what you wanted to hear?" Nala's breath catches. She stares up at him, tears still streaming down her face. "Is that why you have to keep reminding me of that night?" she asks, her voice shaking. "To hurt me? To make me feel small and worthless? To punish me for daring to have dinner with someone who treats me like a human being instead of property?" He pulls her even closer, until there's no space between their bodies. His forehead drops to touch hers. "I haven't felt the way I'm feeling before," he admits, the words coming out like a confession. Whatever this is between us. I have no control over it. My whole life, I've had control over everything. Every business deal, every decision, every emotion, every thought. But you? He pulls back slightly to look into her eyes. I have no control where you're concerned, he says. You make me jealous and desperate and violent and terrified. You make me want to lock you in this penthouse and never let anyone else see you. You make me want to give you the world and then destroy anyone who tries to take you from me. And I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how to handle this. Nala is trembling in his arms, fresh tears streaming down her face. Whatever we are isn't real, she says, but her voice is shaking. This isn't real, Minho. It's just confusion. You're confusing what you saw that night, me desperate and willing to do anything, with whatever your body is telling you now. Please don't get my hopes up and confuse me. She tries to pull away, but he holds her firm. Or maybe you just want to fuck me too, she continues, her voice bitter. The same way you fucked Yoonjae. Scratch an itch. Prove you can have me. Add me to your list of conquests. Is that what this is? Don't, Minho says sharply. Don't reduce this to that. Don't insult what I feel by comparing it to her. Then what is it? Nala demands, her voice rising again. Because from where I'm standing, this is a contract, a transaction, a business arrangement. In 2 years, it's over. I'll be gone. And you'll move on to whatever woman is next. So whatever you think you feel, it isn't real. It can't be real. I'm sorry, Minho says suddenly. Nala blinks, thrown by the sudden change. What? For Yoonjae, Minho says, his voice dropping to something quiet and sincere. For sleeping with her. For using her to try to get you out of my head. It didn't work. Nothing works. You're still there. You're always there. But I'm sorry I tried. I'm sorry I hurt you. Nala's lip trembles. It didn't mean anything to me. She lies. You can sleep with whoever you want. The contract says we can see other people discreetly, remember? It meant something to you, Minho says quietly, searching her face. I saw your face when you walked in and found us. I saw you break. I saw the exact moment your heart shattered. So don't lie to me and pretend it didn't matter. More tears fall from Nala's eyes. Fine, she whispers. It mattered. It hurt. Seeing you with her in your bed, it hurt. Are you happy? Is that what you wanted to hear? No, Minho says, his own voice breaking. I'm not happy, because I'm the one who hurt you. There's a long moment of silence. They're still pressed together, his hands on her arms, her hands resting against his bare chest, both breathing hard. I don't know if I can forgive you, Nala admits finally, for that, for sleeping with her. It's not like we're really married or this really means anything in the traditional sense. But I feel like I deserved better. I feel like I deserve to not be a second option. To not be the person you turn to after you've exhausted every other option. You're not a second option, Minho says fiercely, his grip tightening. You're the only option. You're all I see, all I want, all I think about, every minute of every day. Then why did you sleep with her? Nala asks, her voice breaking completely. Minho closes his eyes, takes a breath, opens them again. Because I'm a coward, he admits. Because I was hurt and angry and jealous, and I wanted to hurt you back. I saw what I thought was you with Jihoon, even though I was wrong, even though it was a nightmare, and I lost my mind. And I thought if I could just have someone else, maybe the obsession would stop. Maybe you'd stop haunting me. Maybe I could feel normal again. His voice drops to a whisper. But it didn't work, he says. It made everything worse. Every second I was with her, I was thinking of you. Wishing it was you. Hating myself for not being with you. And when you walked in and saw us, the look on your face. That's something I'll never forget. That's something I'll regret for the rest of my life. Silence falls between them again. Outside, Seoul glitters through the floor-to-ceiling windows. The city that never sleeps, full of millions of people living their lives, unaware of the two people in this penthouse trying to figure out what they mean to each other. This isn't real, Nala repeats, but it sounds more like she's trying to convince herself. In 2 years, the contract ends. I'll be gone. This will be over. I want it to be real, Minho says quietly. Nala's eyes snap to his face. What? I want this to be real, Nala, Minho repeats, his voice stronger now. Not the contract, not the transaction, not the business arrangement. I want US to be real. I want this, whatever this is between us, to be real. Nala pulls away from him finally, and this time he lets her go. She steps back, wrapping her arms around herself, creating distance. But then his voice hardens. But stay away from Jihoon, he adds. I mean it, Nala. As long as you're still my wife, even if it's just on paper, stay away from him. Nala's eyes flash with anger. You don't get to tell me who I can and can't see. I just did, Minho says flatly. Test me if you want, but you won't like what happens. Is that a threat? Nala demands. It's a warning, Minho corrects. Because you care about me? Nala asks sarcastically. Or because I'm your property? Minho's jaw clenches. Both. I care about you, and you're mine, and I protect what's mine. Nala shakes her head in disgust. You're impossible, she says. She turns and walks to her bedroom, opens the door, stops in the doorway. For the record, she says without turning around, I don't know if whatever you feel for me is real or just obsession. I don't know if you're capable of actual love or if this is just possession. But stop threatening every air I breathe. She walks into her bedroom and closes the door. Not a slam, just a quiet, final close. Minho stands alone in the living room of his destroyed penthouse. His hands clench into fists, his jaw tight, his entire body vibrating with frustration and need and emotions he doesn't know how to process. He walks to the couch, sits down, drops his head into his hands, and for a long time, he just sits there in the darkness. In her bedroom, Nala lies on top of the covers, still fully dressed, staring at the ceiling. The clock on her nightstand glows, 2:47 a.m. She hasn't slept at all, can't sleep. Her mind won't stop replaying the entire night. Every word replays in her head on an endless loop. She hates that his words affect her, hates that part of her wants to believe him, wants to forgive him, wants to trust that what he feels is real and not just obsession or possession. But how can she forgive him for Yoonjae? How can she trust him after he immediately assumed the worst of her and punished her by sleeping with his ex? And the threat to Jihoon, the way Minho had looked at him in that hallway. Like he was actually considering violence, like he was capable of it. We both kill for a living. The thought should terrify her. Maybe it does terrify her, but there's also a part of her, a part she doesn't want to examine too closely, that found his jealousy almost thrilling. The way he'd looked at her when he admitted he was jealous. The desperation in his voice. The possessiveness in his touch. No one has ever felt that strongly about her before. No one has ever wanted her with that kind of intensity. And God help her, but part of her likes it, even though she knows she shouldn't, even though she knows it's toxic and unhealthy and dangerous. The hours drag on. 3:15 a.m., 4:32 a.m., 5:48 a.m. Finally, gray dawn light starts creeping through the curtains. Nala gives up on sleep. She gets up, takes a long, hot shower, tries to wash away the exhaustion and confusion and conflicted feelings. She dresses simply. Jeans, a soft sweater in deep burgundy, her cornrows in 2 neat French braids down her back. She opens her bedroom door carefully, quietly. The penthouse is silent. She walks to the living room. Minho is asleep on the couch, still in his white t-shirt and black pants from yesterday. One arm thrown over his face, his blue hair messy and falling over his forehead. He looks younger when he sleeps, less dangerous, less controlled, almost vulnerable. Nala finds herself staring at him longer than she should. His bare arm is pale and muscular. His chest rises and falls evenly. His lips are slightly parted. She remembers what those lips felt like on hers. The desperate kiss in this very room while Jihoon waited outside. She shakes herself, turns away. This is not the time for those thoughts. She walks to the kitchen, needs water, needs coffee. Needs something to make her feel human again after the sleepless night. She's reaching for a glass when her phone rings. The sound shatters the morning silence. Nala freezes. Her heart starts pounding. It's barely 6 a.m. Who would be calling this early? She rushes back to her bedroom where she left her phone charging. Unknown number. Seoul area code. Something cold settles in her stomach. She answers. Hello? Nala. It's Mrs. Chen, her father's neighbor. The older Korean woman who lives in the apartment next to her father's in the modest neighborhood where he's been staying. But Mrs. Chen's voice is screaming, hysterical, sobbing. Mrs. Chen? Nala says, confused and immediately alarmed. What's wrong? What happened? Nala, your father. Mrs. Chen is crying so hard she can barely speak. Your father! Someone... Oh God! Someone killed him. Wait, did she just lose her father? The same night Minho threatened her? This is about to get dark. Welcome to Soul Stories. If you're new here, you just jumped into part 7 of the most intense series on this channel. Subscribe right now to join our Soul Stars family. Turn on all notifications. Link to the full series is in the description. Trust me, you need the whole story. Drop a comment telling me what time you're watching this. Are you new? Or have you been here since part 1? Now, back to this Kdrama nightmare. Nala's entire world stops. The phone almost slips from her hand. What? Her voice is barely a whisper. What did you say? Last night, someone broke in. I heard gunshots. I called the police, but when they got there, Mrs. Chen's voice breaks into sobs. Oh God, Nala, he was dead. Your father is dead. Someone assassinated him. The phone falls from Nala's hand. It hits the floor with a loud crack. Nala can't breathe, can't think, can't process the words she just heard. Dead. Assassinated. Her father. No. No, 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 no. A sound tears from her throat. Something between a scream and a sob. Something primal and broken and inhuman. Her legs give out. She collapses to her knees on the bedroom floor. No, 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 no. Her hands come up to her head, fists clenching in her own braids, pulling hard enough to hurt. Not my father. Not him. Please, not him. She's screaming, sobbing, rocking back and forth on her knees. In the living room, Minho jolts awake at the sound of her screams. Minho is on his feet instantly, running toward her bedroom. But before he reaches it, Nala comes bursting out. Her face is a mask of grief and rage, tears streaming down her dark face, her large brown eyes wild and red, and she's flying at him. You killed him. Her fists swing at his chest, his shoulders, his face, anywhere she can reach. She's hitting him with everything she has, not caring that she's smaller, not caring that she might hurt herself, just needing to hurt him. You killed my father! You monster! You killed him! What? Minho grabs her wrists, trying to stop the blows raining down on him. Nala, what are you talking about? My father is dead, Nala screams in his face, spit flying, tears and snot streaming. Someone assassinated him last night, and you did it. You had him killed because I went out with Ji-hoon. Minho's face goes white. I didn't. You threatened me, Nala sobs, still fighting against his grip, still trying to hit him. You said to stay away from Jihoon. You said I wouldn't like what happens. And now... Her voice breaks completely. Her struggles weaken. She collapses against his bare chest, still hitting him, but the blows are weaker now. Powerless. You killed him, she sobs into his chest. You killed my father. He was all I had. He was everything, my whole world, and you killed him. You took him from me. Her fists are still hitting his chest weakly, almost like a caress now instead of an attack. You killed him, she repeats, her voice breaking. You monster. You killed him to punish me, to control me, to make sure I could never leave you. Minho is frozen, his mind trying to catch up, trying to process. Her father, dead, assassinated, last night. Nala, he says carefully, his hands still holding her wrists gently, even though she stopped fighting. Nala, listen to me. Look at me. She won't. She's sobbing into his chest, her entire body shaking. Nala, look at me, Minho says more firmly. Finally, she lifts her head. Her face is devastated, destroyed, eyes red and swollen, lips trembling. I didn't kill your father, Minho says, looking directly into her eyes. I didn't order it. I had nothing to do with it. I swear to you on everything I have, I didn't do this. Liar, Nala screams, trying to pull away from him. You're a liar. You said you kill for a living. You threatened Jihoon. You warned me. And the same night I had dinner with him, someone breaks into my father's home and shoots him. She finally wrenches her wrists free from his grip. You did this, she sobs, backing away from him. You had him killed to punish me, to control me, to make sure I have nowhere to go, no one to run to. You murdered my father. Each word is a knife to Minho's chest. He takes a step toward her, hands raised like he's approaching a wounded animal. Nala, I swear to you, I would never hurt your father. That was the whole point of the contract, to save him. Why would I kill him now? What would I possibly gain from that? To trap me, Nala sobs. To make sure I can never leave you. To take away the only family I have, so I'm completely dependent on you. That's insane, Minho says desperately. Nala, think about it. If I wanted to trap you, I'd use your father as leverage. Threaten him to keep you here. I wouldn't kill him. That makes no sense. Nothing you do makes sense, Nala screams. You're a monster. You sleep with your ex one day and declare your feelings the next. You threaten people and call it protection. You admit you kill for a living and expect me to believe you're innocent? She's hyperventilating now, gasping for air between sobs. I have to go, she says suddenly, looking around wildly. I have to get to him. I have to see him. She's not making sense, just moving on autopilot, grabbing her purse from where she dropped it last night. Her phone from the bedroom floor, the screen is cracked from the fall, but still working. Wait, Minho says. Let me come with you. Let me drive you. You're in no state to... No! Nala whirls on him. Don't you dare come near me. Don't you dare follow me. You murdered my father. Stay the hell away from me. She runs for the door, yanks it open, runs out into the hallway. Minho stands frozen in the doorway of his penthouse, watching the woman he loves disappear down the hallway toward the elevator. The woman who thinks he murdered her father. The woman who will never forgive him now. His mind is racing. Her father, assassinated. Last night. He didn't do it. But if he didn't, who did? And why? Or did he? Nala doesn't remember getting to her father's apartment. She must have taken a cab, must have given the driver the address, must have paid him. But she doesn't remember any of it. She just remembers suddenly being there, standing outside the modest apartment building in the working-class neighborhood where her father had been staying. The building is swarming with police cars, ambulances, yellow crime scene tape everywhere. Neighbors are standing outside in their pajamas and robes, whispering, pointing, staring. Nala pushes through the small crowd. A police officer tries to stop her. Miss, this is a crime scene. You can't... That's my father, Nala screams at him. That's my father in there. Let me through. The officer exchanges a look with his partner. Are you Nala Thompson? Yes, Nala sobs. Please, I need to see him, please. The officer's expression softens. I'm sorry for your loss. Come with me. He lifts the crime scene tape and leads her toward the building. They go up the narrow stairs to the second floor. The hallway is full of more police, forensic investigators, people in white suits taking photos and samples. The door to her father's small apartment is open. Nala can see inside. The modest living room where she grew up. The old couch her father refused to replace even when she begged him to. The small TV, the worn rug, And there, on the floor, is a white sheet covering a body. Nala's knees give out. She collapses right there in the doorway, her hands hitting the floor to catch herself. A female police officer rushes over, kneels beside her. "Miss Thompson, I'm so sorry. This must be incredibly difficult. Can I see him?" Nala asked through tears. "Please, I need to see him. I need to say goodbye." The officer hesitates, looks at a detective standing nearby. The detective nods slightly. "All right," the officer says gently. "But just for a moment, the coroner needs to..." "Please," Nala begs. "Just let me see him." The officer helps Nala stand, supports her as they walk into the apartment. They approach the body slowly. The officer kneels beside the sheet, looks up at Nala one more time. "Are you sure?" Nala nods. The officer carefully pulls back the sheet to reveal the face. And there he is, her father, James Thompson, the man who raised her alone after her mother died. The man who worked 2 jobs to put her through school. The man who got sick trying to provide for her. The man who would have died if she hadn't married Minho. His eyes are closed. His face is peaceful, like he's just sleeping. But there's a bullet wound in his chest, blood staining his old work shirt. Nala collapses onto him, sobbing, holding his cold hand, touching his face. "Daddy," she sobs. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I wasn't here. I'm sorry I left you alone. I'm sorry. Please don't leave me. Please, you're all I have. Please don't go." But he's already gone. His hand is cold in hers. His chest isn't rising. His face is still. The police officer gently pulls Nala away. "I'm sorry, Miss Thompson. We need to take him to the morgue now." Nala watches through blurred tears as the medical examiners approach, as they carefully cover her father's face with the sheet again, as they load him onto a stretcher, as they zip him into a black body bag. She watches them carry her father out of the apartment he lived in, out of the building, into the ambulance. And then he's gone, really gone. Nala stands in the middle of her father's small apartment, the apartment where she grew up, where every corner holds a memory, and she just screams. A raw, broken sound that echoes off the walls. The police officers look away. Give her space. Let her grieve. After what feels like hours, but is probably only minutes, Nala stumbles out of her father's apartment building. The morning sun is too bright, too cheerful, too wrong for a day when her father is dead. She's barely made it to the sidewalk when she sees them. News vans, pulling up, parking haphazardly, reporters jumping out with cameras and microphones. How did they get here so fast? "Miss Thompson! Miss Thompson!" They're rushing toward her, cameras already rolling. "Miss Thompson, is it true you're married to Kang Minho? Miss Thompson, can you comment on your father's death? Miss Thompson, look here." The camera flashes are blinding, the voices overwhelming. Nala tries to shield her face, tries to push through them, but there are too many. They're surrounding her, pressing in. "Is it true you attended a high-profile business dinner with Mr. Kang last month? Are you part of the Kang family? What can you tell us about the circumstances of your father's death?" One of the reporters shoves a tablet in her face. On the screen is a photo. Nala and Minho at the business dinner. Her in the elegant green dress. Him in his expensive suit. His hand on her waist. Both of them looking like they belong together. "This photo went viral in South Korea," the reporter says. "Is this you with Kang Minho? Are you really his wife?" More cameras flash. More microphones shoved in her face. Nala can't breathe. Can't think. She's about to collapse when... "Get away from her!" Mrs. Chen pushes through the crowd. The older Korean woman who called Nala this morning, who heard the gunshots, who found the body. Mrs. Chen wraps a protective arm around Nala's shoulders. Starts pushing through the reporters. "Her father just died. Have some respect. Leave her alone." Mrs. Chen manages to get Nala back inside the building, into her own apartment on the 2nd floor. She closes and locks the door. The reporters' voices are still audible outside, but at least they can't get in. Nala collapses onto Mrs. Chen's couch. Mrs. Chen sits beside her, takes Nala's hands in hers. "I'm so sorry," Mrs. Chen says, tears in her own eyes. "Your father was a good man, the best neighbor I ever had. It's terrible. I can't believe someone would do this." "What happened?" Nala manages to ask through her tears. "Did you see anything? Hear anything?" Mrs. Chen nods. "Last night, around 10 p.m., I heard shouting, your father's voice. Then another voice, a man's voice, taking orders from someone. I couldn't hear the words through the wall. Then I heard the gunshot." She starts crying harder. "Just one shot, then silence. I called the police, immediately. But by the time they got here..." "Did you see who did it?" Nala asked desperately. "The man? Did you see his face?" Mrs. Chen shakes her head. "He was gone by the time I looked out my window. I heard footsteps running down the stairs, a car speeding away, but I didn't see him." "What about security cameras?" Nala asks. "The building has cameras, right?" "The police took the footage," Mrs. Chen says, "but I heard them saying the cameras in the hallway weren't working. Someone disabled them before the shooting." Nala feels sick. This wasn't random. This was planned, deliberate, an assassination, just like Mrs. Chen said. Someone wanted her father dead, and they made sure there would be no evidence. "The police are treating it as a homicide," Mrs. Chen continues. "They're investigating, but..." She trails off. "But what?" Nala asks. Mrs. Chen looks uncomfortable. "Some of the officers were asking about you, about your marriage to that wealthy CEO. They were wondering if maybe your father's death was connected to that world, to your husband's business." Nala's blood runs cold. Because they're right. They have to be right. Her father died the same night she had dinner with Jihoon. The same night Minho threatened Jihoon in the hallway. The same night Minho told her to stay away from Jihoon or she wouldn't like what happened. This can't be a coincidence. Nala is sitting on Mrs. Chen's couch in a daze when her phone rings. She doesn't want to answer, doesn't want to talk to anyone. Then she answers. "Hello? Nala?" It's Jihoon's voice, warm, concerned. "I just heard the news. I'm so sorry. Where are you? Are you all right?" Nala starts crying again at the sound of his kindness. "I'm at my father's building, in a neighbor's apartment." "I'm coming," Jihoon says immediately. "Give me the address." "You don't have to..." Nala starts. "I'm already in the car," Jihoon says. "I'm coming. Just tell me where." Nala gives him the address. 20 minutes later, there's a knock on Mrs. Chen's door. Mrs. Chen opens it cautiously. Standing there is Jihoon, dressed simply in dark slacks and a button-down shirt, his distinguished face full of concern. "I'm looking for Nala Thompson," he says gently in Korean to Mrs. Chen. "I'm a friend." Mrs. Chen looks back at Nala questioningly. Nala nods. "It's okay. Let him in." Jihoon comes inside, and the moment he sees Nala, sitting on the couch, eyes red and swollen, face devastated, body hunched with grief, his expression softens completely. "Oh, Nala," he says quietly. He crosses the small living room, sits beside her on the couch, and Nala just falls into his arms, sobbing, clinging to him. He holds her, lets her cry, one hand stroking her braided hair, the other arm wrapped firmly around her shoulders. "I'm so sorry," he murmurs. "I'm so sorry. This is terrible, unthinkable." "It's Minho," Nala sobs into his chest. "I know it was him. He threatened me last night, and now my father is dead. He killed him. I know he did." Jihoon's arms tighten around her. His face hardens, but his voice stays gentle. "We'll find out who did this. I promise you. And they'll pay for what they've done." They sit like that for a long time. Nala crying, Jihoon holding her, Mrs. Chen sitting in a chair across the room, dabbing at her own tears. Which is when there's a loud, insistent knocking on the door. "Nala!" It's Minho's voice. Nala's entire body goes rigid. "Nala, I know you're in there. Mrs. Chen's apartment. Open the door." Mrs. Chen looks at Nala nervously. "Should I..." "Don't," Nala says, her voice cold. "Don't let him in." But Minho isn't asking permission. There's the sound of the doorknob rattling. Then, bang. Minho kicks the door. Once, twice. On the third kick, the lock breaks. The door swings open. Minho stands in the doorway. He's changed clothes. Now wearing all black. Black pants, black button-down, black jacket. His blue hair is styled back. His face is intense and focused. He looks every inch the dangerous man he is. His eyes immediately find Nala on the couch. With Jihoon's arms around her, Minho's face goes from relief to rage in an instant. "Get away from her," Minho says. His voice is deadly quiet. Jihoon doesn't move, keeps his arms around Nala. She needs comfort right now, not your jealousy. "I said get away from her." Minho's voice rises. "Minho," Mrs. Chen starts nervously. Minho doesn't even look at her. His eyes are locked on Jihoon. "You have 3 seconds to take your hands off my wife before I break them off." "She doesn't want you here," Jihoon says calmly. "She asked you to stay away, so leave." Minho takes a step into the apartment, then another, moving toward them with predatory intent. "Nala," he says, his voice softening slightly as he addresses her. "Come with me, we need to talk, away from him." "No!" Nala finally speaks. Her voice is hoarse from crying, but firm. "I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. You killed my father. Get out." "I didn't," Minho starts. "You killed him!" Nala screams, trying to stand, but Jihoon gently holds her. "You had him murdered. The same night you threatened me. The same night you said I'd regret it if I didn't stay away from Jihoon, and now he's dead. My father is dead because of you." "Nala, I swear to you, I had nothing to do with this," Minho says desperately. "I would never hurt your father. Never. You have to believe me." "Why should I believe you?" Nala sobs. "You admitted you kill for a living. You threatened Jihoon. You threatened to kill him if he didn't pay what he owed. Give me one reason to believe you." "Because I love you!" Minho roars. The words echo in the small apartment. Everyone freezes. "I love you," Minho repeats, his voice breaking. "I'm in love with you. Have been since that first night you walked into my penthouse. And I would never, never hurt someone you love. I would never take your father from you. He was the whole reason for the contract. To save him, not kill him." "Love," Nala laughs bitterly through her tears. "You don't know what love is. You think possession is love. You think jealousy is love. You think control is love. But it's not." "Nala," Minho takes another step forward. "You can't be with him," Minho says, his voice desperate. "Not now. Not when you're grieving. Not when he's what?" Jihoon interrupts, his voice hard. "Not when I'm actually here for her? Actually comforting her? Actually treating her like a human being instead of property?" "You don't care about her," Minho says, his eyes narrowing at Jihoon. "You're using her grief, manipulating her, turning her against me. Or maybe she's finally seeing you for what you are," Jihoon fires back. "A controlling, jealous, violent man who threatens people and wonders why no one trusts him." "Both of you stop!" Nala screams. She finally pulls away from Jihoon, stands up on shaking legs. "I don't want to hear it," she says, her voice shaking. "From either of you. My father is dead. He was just murdered. His body is in the morgue. And you two are standing here fighting over me like I'm some prize to be won?" "Nala, that's not," Minho starts. "Get out!" Nala screams at him, points at the door. "Get out of here. Leave. I can't look at you. Every time I look at you, I see my father's body on the floor. I see the bullet wound. I see everything you took from me. So get out." "I'm not leaving you," Minho says stubbornly. "Not like this. Not when you need—" "She doesn't need you," Jihoon says, standing up, positioning himself between Minho and Nala. "She needs space. She needs time to grieve. She needs people who actually care about her well-being instead of their own jealousy." "You have a lot of nerve," Minho says, his voice dropping to something dangerous. "Standing there acting like the hero. Like you're any better than me. We both know what you are, what you've done, what we've both done. The difference," Jihoon says, "is that I don't hurt the people I love. And I don't manipulate grieving women," Minho counters. They're inches apart now, both radiating violence. Nala is about to scream at them again when The door to the apartment swings open wider. A young Korean woman rushes in. She's maybe early 20s, wearing pajamas, her eyes wide. "Mrs. Chen," she says in rapid Korean, "you have to turn on the TV. She's on the news. That woman." She points at Nala. "She's on TV right now." Mrs. Chen looks confused but reaches for the remote to her small TV in the corner. She turns it on, finds a Korean news channel, and there it is. The TV shows a live news broadcast. Breaking: Mrs. Kang, mother of Ice. Prince CEO makes statement about son's mysterious marriage. And there she is, Minho's mother, sitting in an elegant chair in what's clearly her luxury Seoul apartment. Every hair in place, makeup perfect, wearing an expensive cream-colored suit. And standing beside her, looking sad and sympathetic, is Yoonji. Also perfectly styled, designer dress, perfect makeup. Both of them facing 3 news cameras and multiple reporters. The interviewer is asking, "Mrs. Kang, there have been numerous reports about your son, Kang Minho's recent marriage to an African woman named Nala Thompson, but schooled in the United States. Can you comment on these reports?" Mrs. Kang smiles. It's a cold smile that doesn't reach her eyes. "I appreciate you asking," she says, in perfect, cultured Korean, "because I want to address these rumors directly. The stories circulating in the media about a woman named Nala Thompson, about some supposed marriage, they are completely without merit." The interviewer looks surprised. "Without merit? But there are photographs." "I'm aware of the photographs," Mrs. Kang interrupts smoothly, "and I cannot explain my son's choices or who he spends time with in his private life. However, I want to make one thing absolutely clear to the public. This woman is not married to my son, not in any way that the Kang family recognizes." The camera zooms in on her face. "The Kang family does not recognize this marriage," Mrs. Kang continues, each word deliberate. "This woman is not a member of our family. She has no association with the Kang family business. She has no claim to our name. She's using my son." "But Mrs. Kang," another reporter interjects, "the woman was introduced as his wife at a high-profile business dinner. How can you say—" "I want to cry right now," Mrs. Kang says. Yoonjae leans forward slightly, putting a sympathetic hand on Mrs. Kang's arm. The gesture is clearly practiced, clearly for the cameras. "This must be very difficult for you," one of the interviewers says to Mrs. Kang with fake sympathy. "It is difficult," Mrs. Kang admits, dabbing at her eyes with an expensive handkerchief. No tears actually fall. "To see my son's name in the media connected to this situation, especially now with the tragic news about this woman's father. We extend our condolences, of course, but we want to make it clear, very clear, that the Kang family has no involvement in that situation, no connection to it whatsoever." "And what about the photos?" a third reporter asks. "The ones showing your son with Nala Thompson at various locations?" "As I said," Mrs. Kang repeats, her voice ice, "I cannot control who my son spends time with. But spending time with someone does not make them family. It does not make them Korean. It does not make them suitable. And it certainly does not give them any claim to the Kang name or legacy." "I'm sure she didn't study in the United States too," Yoonjae added. The words hang in the air. Not Korean, not suitable. The racism is subtle, but it's there. Clear as day to anyone who knows how to listen. "I hope this woman finds peace," Mrs. Kang continues, her voice taking on a falsely sympathetic tone. "After the tragedy with her father, these must be very difficult times for her. But I also hope, for her own sake, that she stops trying to insert herself into our family. That she accepts that whatever connection she imagines she has with my son, it simply does not exist. Not in the eyes of the Kang family, not in the eyes of Korean society." The interview continues, but Nala isn't listening anymore. She's staring at the screen, at Minho's mother, at Yoonjae standing beside her like they're allies, saying she doesn't exist, saying she's not Korean enough, not suitable enough, not enough. While her father is dead in the morgue, while she's grieving and broken, while she's standing in a neighbor's apartment surrounded by police tape and reporters. Nala's hands are shaking. She picks up the remote from Mrs. Chen's hand and hurls it at the TV screen with all her strength. Smash. The remote hits the screen dead center. The screen cracks, spiderwebs of broken glass spreading across it. The TV sparks once, twice, then goes completely dark. "Your mother can't even let me mourn my father in peace," Nala screams at the broken TV, as if Minho can hear her through it. "My father just died. I just lost the only family I had, the only person who ever loved me. And she's on TV saying I'm nothing, saying I don't exist, saying I'm uneducated." She's sobbing hysterically now, her entire body shaking, her voice raw. "I'm grieving. My father is in the morgue, and she's humiliating me on live television in front of the entire country." Jihoon moves to put a comforting hand on her shoulder, but Minho is already moving. He's seen enough. He turns without a word and strides out of Mrs. Chen's apartment, out into the hallway, down the stairs. His face is a mask of cold fury. His mother has gone too far. Minho takes the stairs, 3 at a time. He's calling his driver as he runs. "Get the car," he says in Korean. "I'm going to my mother's apartment, now. Gangnam Heights, Building 3. "Yes, sir." His driver responds immediately. "I'm outside, ready when you are." Minho bursts out of the building. The reporters try to swarm him, but his driver is already there with the car door open. Minho gets in, slams the door. "Drive, fast." The driver doesn't ask questions, just drive. Seoul morning traffic is heavy, but the driver knows all the shortcuts, all the back roads. Minho sits in the back seat, jaw clenched, hands fisted on his knees. His phone is buzzing with notifications, messages, calls, social media mentions. The interview is already going viral. His mother's words are being quoted everywhere. Minho wants to throw his phone out the window. Instead, he makes a call. "It's me," he says when someone answers. "Is the interview still happening? Is she still there?" "Yes, sir," the voice on the other end confirms. "The news crews are packing up, but your mother and Miss Song are still in the apartment." "Good heart," Minho says. "I'm 5 minutes away." He hangs up, reaches into the glove compartment of his car, pulls out a small black case, opens it. Inside is a handgun. Compact, expensive, illegal in South Korea without a special permit, which Minho has. He checks the magazine, fully loaded. He tucks it into the inside pocket of his black jacket. When Minho arrives at his mother's luxury apartment building, the news vans are just starting to pull away. Perfect timing. He takes the private elevator up to the penthouse level, uses his key code. His mother gave it to him years ago for emergencies. The elevator opens directly into her apartment foyer. He can hear voices from the living room, his mother's cultured tones, Yoonji's higher-pitched responses. They're laughing about something. Laughing, while Nala is sobbing over her dead father. Minho's vision goes red. He walks through the foyer, down the hallway, into the living room. The camera equipment is being packed up by the crew. The reporters are gathering their things. His mother is standing by the window, still in her cream suit, talking to Yoonjae. Both of them look pleased with themselves. Minho doesn't say anything. He just reaches into his jacket, pulls out the gun, points it at the ceiling, and fires. Bang. The gunshot is deafening in the enclosed luxury apartment. Screams erupt from everyone in the room. The cameramen drop their expensive equipment and run for the door. The reporters trip over each other, trying to get to the elevator. The makeup artist shrieks and dives behind a couch. Within seconds, the apartment is empty except for 3 people. Minho, his mother, frozen by the window, face white as paper, eyes wide with shock, and Yoonjae, crouched behind a chair, trembling, tears already streaming down her face. Minho slowly lowers the gun, doesn't put it away, just lowers it to his side. His blue hair is slightly disheveled from the motion. His face is a mask of cold, lethal fury. His monolid eyes are dark and dangerous. When he speaks, His voice is deadly quiet. What the hell is wrong with you? His mother's mouth opens, closes, opens again. No sound comes out. Yoonji whimpers behind the chair. Minho takes a step forward. The gun is still in his hand, hanging loose at his side. Not pointing at anyone, but the threat is implicit. What the bloody hell is wrong with you and Yoonji? His voice explodes on the last word, echoing off the high ceilings. Minho? His mother finally finds her voice. It's shaking. She's actually afraid of him. For the first time in his life, his mother is afraid of him. Her father just died, Minho roars, his voice cracking with rage and grief and frustration. She just lost the only family she had, the only person who loved her unconditionally. He's dead, murdered, in the morgue. She's in a neighbor's apartment surrounded by police tape and reporters and grief. And you. He points at his mother with his free hand, the hand not holding the gun. You go on live television and humiliate her to the entire world? You didn't ask permission? Mrs. Kang starts, her voice trembling but trying to maintain her authority. I don't need permission, Minho roars, cutting her off. She's my wife, not yours. And how dare you humiliate her? How dare you do this while she's mourning? Let's take a deep breath, now. The impossible questions. Who killed Nala's father? And why? Is Minho telling the truth should Nala trust Jihoon? Do you believe Minho when he says he didn't kill her father? Is Jihoon's comfort genuine or manipulation? Who benefits most from her father's death? What would you do if you were in Nala's shoes? If you've been here from part 1, my loyal soul stars, drop a heart emoji. See you in part 8.